Well, guys, I'm finally back with another video after like a fucking month, and I'm sorry for not uploading. I just find it really difficult to record with other people in the room, and some of you know that I have a roommate, and I low-key just gotta stop being a little bitch about it and get the recordings done, no matter like how awkward I feel while recording. And somebody commented on one of my older videos earlier talking about how I need to stay consistent because I low-key got it, and this video is more or less for them because they commented. So yeah, I'm back on the grind starting today, hopefully. And yeah, enough of my yapping bullshit. Let's just get into this new story time. So to give you guys a little context for this story time, because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of context is needed for this one. This was back during the end of my 10th grade year, like a few weeks were left in the school year, and around this point in time, I'm not gonna lie, I was beefing with one of my friends. And I bet you guys are wondering, Riddick, why were you beefing with one of your friends? Because as a lot of you know, it takes a lot to like get me mad at you or to get me to like beef with you. And essentially, this one dude who I'm friends with, who we'll just call Jack, is essentially one of those dudes who, like, will say he's rage baiting you. But in all reality, he's kind of just being, like, a dick. And what had happened was during, like, my football workouts during the entirety of 10th grade year, after, like, winter time, this dude Jack and one of the other people I played football with were low-key just being straight up assholes to me during, like, my football workouts because we do like speed and agility training and like the wrestling rooms in the basement of the school. And the one dude I low key could understand being a dick to me because the girl he was like dating at the time left him for me because I guess he was like a dick, I guess. But Jack low key had no reason to be like this much of an asshole to me, and I don't know if he just like hopped on the bandwagon or like thought it was jokes or anything. But yeah, I low key like stopped talking to him for a lot of the school year due to this factor because I low-key just didn't respect it at all. And then we kind of just fast forward to like a couple days before the actual story takes place, and I was going on like a field trip for the culinary class that I was taking, and every year the teacher would try to take us to like this amusement park, something really fun. And I was there on the trip, just talking to some of the new people I met, like all the new friends that I had made. And Jack that day had, because he was also in a culinary, just a different class period than me, started talking to me again, like started being nice to me again. And it low key felt like really fucking fake to me. And y'all can let me know if I'm wrong for that down in the comments. So, like, after the trip was over, I was annoyed, a little pissed off because he, like, was dick riding me the entire trip when I was talking to the new people I had met. And I kind of just unadded him on Snap after that because, once again, I was a little pissed off due to the fact of, from my point of view, it looked like he was low-key just being nice to me after being a dick to me for a little while just because of the fact that I was around new people. But basically, I just unadded him, called it a day, and for like the next day or two, he's trying to like get into contact with me through other people. And the second day is when he becomes successful because he hit up the one dude who I believe I called Devin in the story time about getting punched by the teacher. He was the dude that got punched by the teacher. We were both friends with him at that point in time. And Devin hit me up after talking to Jack, and he was just speaking to me like I was some fucking super villain. He's like, "So why are you being a fucking asshole to Jack, huh?" And I'm like, did he even like tell you the situation at all, or like do you want to hear my side? He's like, no, you've been acting all different because you have new friends now. And I'm like, no, it's not like that at all. I just didn't want Jack treating me like shit and then being all buddy buddy with me afterward just because of the fact that I had new friends. And he just wasn't sitting there. He was not listening to me at all. He couldn't even fathom Jack being an asshole to me. And then he starts going off on me a little about the fact that I only ever really invited him out to like group hangouts and not one-on-one shit, which I'm not gonna lie, I can kind of understand. But also at this point in time, unless your name was Seamus or you were somebody I was dating, the hangout was almost never one-on-one. And this is for the reasoning of the fact that, one, I was pretty busy around like my entire 10th grade year because I did football and then started track later that year. And also the fact of all of my friends liked each other and they liked all hanging out with each other. It was mainly only Devin who apparently didn't. Because, like, I would always invite him out to, like, hang out and shit. Like, he said group hangouts, and he always would just straight up say no. And I straight up texted him. I was like, dude, it's not my fault that you would just rather not hang out with me than hang out with me and a smaller group of people who also liked you at that point in time. And he still doesn't give a fuck. He's, like, just spitting shit to me. He's like, well, I think you're a fake friend, and I think somebody needs to beat the shit out of you. And I was like, okay, like, I'm not gonna fight you, buddy. Like, I'm not gonna fight Jack. I'm not gonna fight you. I don't care to. And at that point, he's just talking about beating my ass a lot, so I just unadd him on Snap. You guys will see that's how I solve a lot of problems with people when I'm, like, beefing with them. I tend to try not to deal with it. And yeah, after I unadded him, like, probably another day goes by, and me and Jack actually work shit out. Like, we're chill again. He apologized. He know where he went wrong. It's fine now. And, he hits me up a little bit after, like, we work shit out, and he's like, dude, I tried talking to Devin. He still wants to beat your ass. Like, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm like, it's fine. He's like, dude, no. He said that he's going to beat the shit out of you when he comes back to school, because Devin didn't go to a lot of school 10th grade year. And I'm like, I don't think he actually will. We've known each other since we were in, like, kindergarten. I think he's just mad. And, I was wrong. I was very, very wrong, but essentially the day after this conversation, I go into school. I start walking in to the building. I go to my first period, plant biology, and the second I walk into that room, I lock eyes with Jack. And he doesn't have this class, mind you. So he's just in there probably talking to Devin, which he was. And so once again, I walk into class, and the second my body enters this classroom, all I hear are the words fight, fight from just a random dude who also doesn't even have the class. He's just in there trying to see something, because for some reason everyone knew about the fucking beef. And I'm looking over at all three of them. Like, my seat was fairly close to Devin, so, like, they're right over by where I would have to go sit down at. But this teacher didn't particularly care where you sat at as long as you somewhat paid attention, so I just took a little left turn and went and sat down by my buddy Mitch and the one senior he was friends with. And so I'm just sitting there, I'm talking to Mitch, and after I sit down, Devin gets up and just walks out of class. Probably went to the bathroom or something. Who fucking knows? And right after Devin leaves the room, Jack gets up, he leaves the room, doesn't say a word to me. The other dude leaves the room, doesn't say anything to me. And I'm essentially just sitting there talking with Mitch until like 8:10 when the bell to tell you guys to like be in your morning class rings. And right after the bell rings, most schools would have you do the national anthem. And that's what I'm, standing up to do with Mitch and the one senior. And as the national anthem goes to start, Devin walks back in the classroom and immediately just walks towards me, gets up in my face, and like pushes me against this counter that was against a wall. And now I'm kind of just standing there, cornered against the wall during the national anthem by a like 250, 260 pound dude. And he just starts talking shit to my face. He's like, so, like, what's up? Are we fighting or what? And I'm like, dude, no, you're the only one who wanted this, like, at all. He's like, I don't care. You're a fake friend. Like, what's up, pussy? And I'm like, dude, even if I wanted to fight you, which I don't, I'm sure as shit not throwing the first punch at you. And the teacher is like fucking talking to him. She's like, Devin, sit down. And he just turns around. He's like, no. And he's still getting in my face. He's still talking shit to me. And now the teacher's like flipping out. And she goes to like the little button that they use to like call down to the office. And she's like, oh my gosh, there's about to be a fight in here. Send somebody now. And meanwhile, this is all happening. He's still getting in my face. He's still like calling me a pussy. He's still saying fuck you to me. And I'm still just sitting there like, dude, I'm not fighting you. And then once again, I say, I'm sure as shit not gonna throw the first punch at you. He just fucking cocks his arm back and punches me in the face. And according to like everybody that I talked to about the situation, I turned back at him and like just smiled and laughed a little, which I don't personally remember whether that's fact or not, but I just wasn't very fazed by his punch after he had punched me. And immediately after he does it, he says like, what now, pussy? And I'm like, I'm still not going to fight you. And a lot of you guys probably will call me a pussy in the comments for this. But one, I really don't feel like fighting somebody that like was my childhood best friend. And on top of that, we're like right at the end of the year and I wasn't doing very good in plant biology. So if I had gotten suspended and wasn't able to take my final, I would have failed it because we weren't able to make up the final. And yeah, essentially I just said, I'm not going to fight you. And a little while after that happens, the principal or whoever the fuck came in. The principal was there, but I think there was more than just him. And the principal's like, okay, who's fighting? And the teacher was like, Devin, like, just punched Riddick in the face. And he's like, okay, Devin, like, come on, we're taking you out of class. And, like, after a minute of Devin and the principal not being in the classroom, he comes back and he's like, okay, Riddick, you're coming too. And I'm like, okay. And then I had gone down to the principal's office, And I essentially just explained my side of the story, and he's like, okay, like, I believe you. He pretty much confirmed your story. He, like, basically just admitted to the fact that he punched me in the face. And then he had sent me out to the fucking nurse's office so she can give me an ice pack to put on my face. And I sat in the nurse's office for like 20 minutes, and eventually the principal was like, okay, Riddick, you can go to culinary now, because I left first period early every day to go to culinary because I was in the morning class. And I walk into culinary, the first thing I hear is, Riddick, I heard you had to defend yourself during a class today. And I was like, yeah, for some reason somebody decided to punch me in the face at fucking 8 in the morning. It's not what I actually said, but I said something along the lines of, yeah, one of your students in the afternoon session might have accidentally gotten me punched in the face. And I explained the situation to him a little bit. And for like the next couple days, they all thought that me and Jack were just gonna like beat the fuck out of each other in between classes, which we weren't, because we weren't beefing anymore at the time. And then like I think later that day, after I got punched in the face, it was either later that day or later in the week, I was just walking around, and that senior that Mitch is friends with walks up to me. He's like, Riddick, dude, you fucking ate that punch. And then he dabs me up, and I was like, what the fuck is even happening anymore? And yeah, that's pretty much where this story time all ends. I don't really have a moral to this story. I don't really feel as if I did much wrong, but that just might only be my opinion. Just don't beef with your friends, I guess. It might get you fucking punched in the face for basically no reason. But if you guys want to see more of my content and you haven't already, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. And I hope you guys greatly enjoyed the video. I might possibly be live on TikTok after this. I'm not sure. It's like 1:44 at the time of me getting done filming this. I'm pretty fucking tired at this point, but I'll try to keep my uploads consistent from here on out, and I really hope to see you guys all later. Peace out.